I'm heading out back to check on Chris Benedetto from Controlled Air Systems. He's taken out the old air condenser and putting in a new Westinghouse condenser now.
Oh,
Chris.
hey, Bryce.
How's it going?
Good, good. Just
Good.
set the new pad and set the new air conditioner on. Just leveling her up.
Now, why is it you're going with the new pad? I see it looks like, was it an old pad here?
Yeah, it's old and yeah, it looks a little roughed up. Why not give him a new fresh pad with a new fresh air conditioner is how I look at it.
That's a good idea.
I thought so.
As you can see, these solid concrete pads are
Watch yourself.
very heavy and not too pretty to look at, so we'll just get rid of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as you look like you've been doing a little working out and you threw that concrete pad like it was nothing, how about help me with this air conditioner? We can set it on the pad.
Yeah, that always happens when I do that. I'll give you a hand though.
All right, just give me a push.
Sure thing. There we go.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close there.
Oh, good. Now, how do you connect this to the house, Chris?
We have copper refrigeration lines, Bryce, that tie into here. We have a low voltage wire we tie in, and of course our high voltage.
Now, the low voltage, this is for the thermostat?
Yes, the thermostat, this tells the air conditioner to come on and the blower in the furnace to come on. This is what operates that.
And then your high voltage is what actually fires this baby
Right,
up.
that's what turns the
Very
compressor, and that's in that disconnect box, which happens to be code. We have to have those on. So.
All right. Now, how's the furnace coming downstairs? We
Real
making
good.
progress there?
Would you like to go down and see?
Yeah, I'd love to see
Let's
it.
just
Could
do
use
that.
it on a day like today.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. All right, Bryce, let me show you where we came through outside here. We had to core bore through the brick to get our refrigeration lines out here. And we had to drill through one of these floor joists, which we were allowed to do structurally because the joist actually sits on this wall. So we don't want to violate any codes that way or anything structural.
No, we don't.
And we're basically just going to strap these two together with the low voltage wire. I like to keep it up tight, and we'll have our PVC lines that come off of here that'll run out. That'll be the vent that goes on out through the band board.
Okay.
We also have got the air filter. I like using a media filter. I like to date them when I install them.
Now, as far as the ductwork in here, I see Patrick working on something back here. It looks like he might be ready to put a new piece on.
We're starting our supply right here. Before you hang that, Patrick, we have a brace in the way. Step aside, please. I'm going to do a little hammer action here. Watch yourself,
yeah.
These old houses. Okay, now we can go.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and stick this on. Let me help you out there, Patrick. Very good. These are called drives, and they keep the ductwork together. There's one.
I'm heading downstairs to check on Chris Benedetto from Controlled Air to see how he's coming with the rough. And hey, Chris.
Hey, Bryce.
Looks like you're putting the zoning in too.
Yes, sir. We sure are. We're got the RZL zone board up. Got some low voltage wires coming into it. This is basically the brains of the zoning. So basically, this tells the furnace to come on, tells the dampers to open up or close per floor. Okay. So say the thermostat on the third floor says, hey, I want it to be 72. This tells this furnace come on, opens the dampers, takes all the air to the third floor.
So now you said there's dampers that go in here that this communicates to. Do you have a sample of a damper
I
to
sure
show
do.
us? I'm in the way, huh?
No, you're fine, you're fine. Right here's a little cutaway view. We got some ductwork we haven't hooked up here yet, so this actually will mount in the bottom of the duct. And I've got a piece of tubing, which is what this is. It's got a little pump inside this RZL board, and it's basically all pneumatic. It's all by air. And
so it's that easy, huh?
yeah, it opens and shuts.
Poof of air.
Yep. Yeah, remember earlier, Bryce, we were in the basement. I was talking about the pathways that I need to get my ductwork up to the second and third floor. Now, here's a possibility here. There's a closet, which I'll show you here in a minute, on the back side of this wall. But we possibly can double the wall up, give me some room for supply and return ducting.
Okay.
Another one of our options is over here. We have a chase. It's big enough. Plumber doesn't need it. I'd like to use it if possible. So those are two spots. There is a window underneath here. Don't want to take away from the window in the dining room. And then again, over here, there's a pocket door underneath the closet. So I've got to do a little investigating to make sure we can maybe get the duct there and still not take the integrity away from the downstairs or lose the pocket door for that matter. So let's take a look at the closet, Bryce.
Okay.
As you can see, they're pretty small, but then again, you know, you can only do so much in some of these. What's nice is you've got the thickness of this wall here, so that a lot of times we can take, some of the drywall plaster out, hug our ductwork in there, and get up to where we need to get.
Upstairs, controlled air is making a box with a stack to connect with. Sometimes called a spider, this box will disperse heat and air conditioning throughout the third floor. To create the ducts, pieces of sheet metal are cut, crimped and coupled together. This gives the ducts their flexibility. They are then drilled into place. As a finishing touch, they use everyone's favorite tool, duct tape.
There you go. I'm here with Jeff of Controlled Air, and what Jeff's doing right now is he's going to be cutting the opening to get down to the first floor for the air return. That's going to actually go up through this wall and to the third floor, which is going to allow us to get that cold air return really coming through this wall. So we've decided that the easiest way to do this is to fur this wall out, create a chase, and that's what Jeff's doing here, is he's cutting through the floor. All right, well, I won't hold you up. I'm going to go over here and show what we've done in the closet to accommodate the stack, which is really where all the heat is going to come up and the air is going to travel up to the third floor. And we decided to use this closet as opposed to other areas. It does take up the closet space. It's not our favorite solution, but it's necessary for getting everything to travel with the current space in the home. Come on over here in the bathroom. I'll show you what we've had to do to run it through the ceiling. Now you can see as we come here into the bathroom where we actually had to open up the wall so the guys could have access to cut through the ceiling here. You can also see up here where we did take it over the top. This goes into the third floor attic space, and then we're going to attach flex ductwork that's going to go out and feed the area and provide the heat and the air upstairs. This does create a little bit of a design challenge from what we had planned. The interior designer had pendant lights dropping down from this area where now there's this piece of ductwork. So we'll have to just soften that in and come up with another solution. Well, I'm heading up to the third floor right now where Controlled Air has been hard at work putting ductwork in. The third floor really hasn't been usable space previously in this home. You can see from the old drywall and everything, it really wasn't done properly. By running heat and air up here, we'll be able to use this space for whether it be an office or just a multi-purpose area. If there are children, it's a great area to send them to play. But over here you can see where the guys have been hard at work. Downstairs you may recall where I pointed out that we had a cold air return coming up the wall and across the ceiling. This is actually where the cold air return will come through on this floor, and then over here is where you actually see the air is going to come out, which is the heat and the air conditioning in the summer. So they're using ductwork much like this here, but they had to put the unit behind the wall here, which is the attic space. As we go over here, open this closet, which is our access to the attic. As we look into the attic here, you can see where they've created a box that actually takes the air from downstairs and it brings it up into the attic. They've got these different units off here to really help divert the air once it comes up into the main box. And they've got this wonderful flex ductwork that's used for tight spaces like this to get around corners and really difficult areas to work in. They actually tie it right on here, feeds the different areas throughout the room to get heat and air into the space.